Welcome! In this video I'm going to show you my easy way to get something similar to Doom Synth bass using only one sample and one magic plugin in Logic Pro X. Here we go! Well, let's look at how it was made. I have divided this video into two parts. The first one is about a general idea of getting that sound. This will help you to add fat in your mixes right away. The second one is about mixing and mastering this bass. Let's go! Alright, be sure that your Logic Pro is 1050 or higher, because we are going to use its new sampler. As I said before, I'm using only one sample. This sample is from awesome Devastator library by K.I.R. The guys from K.I.R. allow me to share this sample with you. You will find it and free pack of this library in the description. I totally recommend check it out. Let's listen to that sample. Sounds really awesome, but it's not Doom enough, is it? Drag this sample into optimized area. If you have already opened Quick Sampler, then just drag our bass sample into right area. Well, let's add some MIDI notes. Honestly, I like this sound without any processing, but we are all here to get Doom sound. In Quick Sampler we need to do a few things. The first thing is to uncheck Optimize Sample Gain, and the second thing is to turn on Flex and set the speed. To my taste, I achieve the best results when the speed is 2. We can try different speeds, and sometimes changing these settings can give you interesting results. But I stick to number 2. But I will say it again and again, don't be afraid to experiment, guys. Try different speed, turn off flex, turn off optimize gain. Experiment with each settings to determine which give you the best results. Anyway, I like this sound, and the last thing I want to do is to remove that kick sound in the beginning of every MIDI notes. All I need to do is to trim our bass sample. I'm not going to remove it completely, just a little bit. Basically, in Quick Sampler our job is done. So it's time for our special guest. It's default Logic's plugin called Beat Crusher. You can find it in distortion section. All we need to do in this plugin is to set resolution to 3-bit. But as I said before, don't be afraid to experiment with each settings. This plugin can give you some interesting sounds. Really. Turn down your volume because it's going to be loud. Well, in general that's it, but I like to add some compression, some EQ to squish, rip and tear this sound to get more doomy sound. In this case I'm going to use default Logic's compressor and I will put it before Beat Crusher, not after, because you can get not very good results. But as I said before, experiment, maybe you will like it. First of all, I will turn on limiter, unchecked auto attack release button and set auto gain to 0 dB. Sounds really awesome. These settings are not strict, you can compress this bass sample as you like, it's just an example. And the last thing is EQ. I'm going to put EQ after Beat Crusher to boost or cut some frequencies. Yeah, that's all. But unfortunately this way has one downside. Because of having one sample, you are limited in pitch range. This sample has F root note, so I created riff around this root note. In case of this sample, you can scale down your riffs to make it heavier than root note F, but just remember, sometimes it's not gonna work. So it's the second part and I will show you my mix, but first of all, let's listen to it again. Yeah, this is a quite simple mix. There are only 3 instruments and a few plugins on them. So let's go. We are going to start with the bass. In Quick Sampler I didn't change anything. My signal chain here is very simple. It consists of 2 plugins, compressor and Beat Crusher. It's new GST compressors, you will find a link in the descriptions, I totally recommend them. In this case I'm using BG keys, why not? I like simplicity which these plugins give you, it's always easy and fun to work with them. Of course you can use default Logic's compressor and you will get almost the same results. It's all about simplicity. And Beat Crusher with resolution 3-bit. So let's compare different compressors without mastering plugin. In Logic's compressor the settings are almost the same as they were in the previous part. As you can hear, the results are almost the same. It's all about, as I said before, simplicity, taste, goals, and so on. Now we are going to listen to the bass with mastering and with different compressors. Well, these two compressors sound awesome. Velocity here is 127 because it's Doom. The next one is lead sound. Let's listen to it with and without mastering. It's again Logic's default plugin called Alchemy. I love it so much. There are plenty of nice sounds. Check it out. I'm using here Anthem hook lead with, I don't know, depth mode. The signal chain here is quite simple too. It consists of some distortion plugin, Beat Crusher and Valhalla Shimmer. And drums. For drums I'm using the Perfect drums. It sounds really awesome and really perfect, in my opinion, of course. Its default preset called Perfect Kit 1 with replaced kick and snare. That's all. Default preset sounds really awesome. Let's listen to it without mastering. My signal chain for drums is quite simple. I'm using here EQ to boost some high frequencies because I like high frequencies on drums. And Fab filter C2 for parallel compression. In Fab filter I'm using extreme pumping preset. Let's listen to the drums with mastering. So, mastering. For mastering, I'm using my favorite plugin called T-Rex. In this case, I'm using T-Rex 5, and it's super awesome plugin. I've been using T-Rex for many years. It always gives me the best results. For this mix, I use a preset called Loud and Clear, and yes, I like using presets. Why not? So I have changed here a few things. In EQ section I boosted a little bit high and low frequencies. In compression section I turned down output a little bit. In multiband compression section I just turn up a little bit high level. Whew, that's all, guys. I hope it was useful for you, and good luck with your mixes. This template will be available on my Patreon page.
What do you think about this video? Do you like this sound? Is it fat? Is it Doom? Leave a comment if there is any easier way to get this Doom sound. I'm really interested. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe and hit the like. Thanks for watching and goodbye.